Hello, hello. Say hello as you're popping on live. I am pulling up my notes and then we are going to get started. So let me know where you are jumping in from. I know the weather is crazy all over. So, what a blessing it is if you are able to step away and join me live. That's how I felt this morning. I woke up and I rolled over, opened my eyes, and the first thing I thought about was like, what a time to be alive, first off, where we can have so much opportunity. Like, that was the big thing that I was thankful for this morning was clearly being alive, but opportunity. And I just think every single day I just want to capitalize on it more and more. And I'm hoping that I can inspire and empower way more people to decide to capitalize on every single day as well. Because literally, when you just think about the fact of how free we are to be able to do what we want to do, be able to earn the way that we want to earn, be able to set ourselves up to not have to go to a job if that's not what we want, to be able to have a side business or some side gigs, like literally to be able to use the internet as a way of being able to provide for ourselves, make extra money for ourselves. Like sometimes I don't think that we on a daily basis really think about what a blessing it really is. So, just kicking off today's live stream, like literally, I just want to give God all the glory. I want to thank Him for opportunity. And I'm hoping that He can use me as a vessel to help other people realize number one, the times that we are in. How big opportunity is. And I just believe that we should not waste a day. We should not sit idle. We should not think about things. We should not waste our time. Like we should capitalize on every single day and use it as the gift and the opportunity that it really is. Hello, my girl Megan. Good morning to you. It is afternoon over here, but I know you're on the West Coast. So good morning to you. So we are going to dive into things, y'all. The title, a business that you need to know about. Did not want to get fancy with the title of this live stream. It's probably going to be a live stream format that I will just keep running with over and over and over again because right now, that's exactly how I feel about what I stumbled upon, what I have in my life. And I just want to help a lot more people. Like literally, I want to help 1,000 families this year be able to say that they are successfully and confidently and consistently earning online. That is what I want. I fell into a community where I realized that failure does not have to be something that you elect to do if you want to make money online. That you really can decide to win and you can decide to do it your way. And that's what I want to break down for you today. All right. So, if you know me at all, you know that. And if you don't know, I have been making money online for a minute. I've been here online for over 18 years, getting my start way back in 2007. I was able to replace my nursing income. I've been able to build a six-figure a year business for myself. I've also helped a lot of people over my years online be able to do the exact same thing. So, can I say that I have been successful online? Absolutely. When we look at the statistics, like we know that the statistics tell us there's only a very small percentage of people that are creators online that are, in fact, making money. So, have I been successful? Absolutely. Have I ever had to go back and get a job? No, I have not. Again, all glory to God. I have never had to go back and get a job. When I started making money online in 2007, I've never not made money online. Some years better than others, absolutely. The way that I really feel about what I have my hands on right now is when I think about the fact of have I always been aligned in my business, that answer I can say no. I haven't always fully been in alignment with the things that I've offered. And not for the past few years. Past few years have been amazing in terms of loving what I do, how I do it, and what I share with other people. But what I will tell you is that, over 18 years, there's been a lot of times where I just did things online. And it didn't dawn on me until literally this particular opportunity, this community, because of how it's so uniquely positioned, where I realized that the way I've chosen to make money online, it's worked so well for me because, like, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I am really good at. I love helping people. I love showing up and I love sharing things that I am excited about. Whether you want to look at that as being a promoter or whether you want to look at that as being, a salesperson, like however you want to slice it, I enjoy recommending resources, tools, and opportunities that I find incredibly helpful and useful for myself. I don't ever talk about things or share things or recommend things that I myself can't say it's been helpful and useful, and here is how I've been able to benefit from it. But over the 18 years, I've realized that not everyone's wired the exact same way. And so while I've helped and I've seen a lot of people that I've had the privilege of working with go on to experience massive success by modeling what I've done, taking on my business likeness in terms of like the way that I run my business, I've attracted a lot of people that have been able to model, right? Copy me, do what I do, make it their own, and have success this way. But what I realized here recently is that, and I've known for a long time, there's a lot of ways to make money online. I've just never been positioned to be able to help people in those other ways because, again, those weren't my wheelhouses. I never learned how to make money outside of the way that I do it now, right? Through learning digital marketing. So it's kind of like someone that decides to sell cars, like if that ends up being their wheelhouse, right? Like they finesse their skills. They learn how to successfully sell cars. That is what they do online. That is what I learned how to do, is to get my digital marketing skills up. I learned how to use video. I learned how to communicate better and better and better over the years. And I've become really, really good at selling things that I am enthusiastic about. Where I feel like it's not that I went wrong, but I just didn't know, is I really believed that if I just kept showing up and doing what I was doing, if I just kept like leading the charge and being the example, that I would continue to attract people that would see my business and would want to model the same way that I do business. And that's not unfair, right? Like literally, like to me, like that's how I learned about online marketing and business, is I found people that were doing business in a way where I was like, I could do that too. And I came online and decided to model them, right? And because they were really great examples and the way that they were leading just so happened to make sense for me, right? I was able to latch on, I was able to catch on, I was able to follow, I was able to model, and I was able to have success that way. So that's just what I've always done. What I love now about what I have discovered, I have my whole notes over here, but I am just like literally riffing from the heart right now because this is how I feel about what it is that I'm doing, is that I have found something where it's such a win-win, where it's not just about purchasing something to get it set up, to go out there and to flip it and resell it. And you guys know, if you know me at all, you know I am not opposed to that whatsoever. I've done that with low ticket digital products. I've done that with big, robust, affiliate marketing systems. I've done it with master resale right courses and master resale right products. Like I love that. But like I said, I've realized it's not for everyone. And so just like I've seen a lot of people succeed, I've seen a lot of people fail as well. And I truly don't believe they failed necessarily because they didn't have it in them. I just think, unlike me, it wasn't their thing, right? And so I've shared like faceless opportunities with people that were so thankful that I shared, a faceless program because they wanted to make money online. They wanted to market. They wanted to like learn how to sell and make money. But they were like, Steph, I don't ever see myself doing what you do. So I was able to bring a faceless program right to the marketplace that helped people learn how they can actually run their business without ever showing their face. So I don't think that people that haven't succeeded trying to do it this way are doomed for failure or it's never going to work for them. Because the good news is there are many ways that someone can decide to make money online. And what I truly believe, and even now what I know being a part of this community, is that when you find that way that makes a whole lot of sense for you, it's a lot easier to latch on. It's a lot easier to have the belief and to feel confident that you are doing the thing that you will be successful in. I've often shared the story of how when I first got started online, failure wasn't an option. I never saw this not working for me. And what I know for certain is that there are a lot of people that have not been able to say that, right? They're hoping and they're wishing, they're like, I hope this works for me. I hope that I can get out there and do what you do. Like, I hope that this can pay off for me. And I'm to a place now where, again, knowing what I know and experiencing what I'm experiencing is, again, I don't believe like those things have been said out of not wanting it bad enough or, dipping their toe in the water. I just think people are like, I don't really believe I can do this, but because you've been successful doing it this way, I'm going to have a little bit of faith that I can do it too. What I love knowing now is that there is a way for someone to decide that, you know what, like, no, I'm here to make money online. I'm going to establish the way that fits me the best, and then I'm going to go completely ham. Again, why I was successful, I went completely ham. You could not have told me that I would start doing videos and that people would not buy from me. You could not tell me that. Like, I never believed that to be true. So I dove into my business with that belief, and that's why my success has been so. So what I found was a community, a program where, again, a complete win-win, where I get to grow a business. I get to recommend something that allows me to make money the way I enjoy making money. Going to the public and sharing something that I find helpful and useful. Let me know if you guys are tracking. All right. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Tanya. I've been watching you for 19 years. She's the truth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, happy Saturday to you. And so I love the idea that I get to still make money the exact way that I love to make money. And I also love knowing that when I say, you need to know about this business, you need to know about this program, like you need to get your booty in this community, that I'm doing it from a place of knowing that you are going to find your groove once you are inside. Knowing that if you're like, Steph, I do, like, for sure, girl. And let me know if that is you out there where you're like, I not only want to make money online, I believe it's so for me, but maybe you just haven't found your way. And I've never been able to confidently like just come live or go on video and say, like, I can help you. Like, if you don't want to do what I do, I can help you. I've never confidently been able to say that. And like literally right now, like it kind of brings tears to my eyes because I can say that. I can say, oh, you don't see yourself doing video. You don't see yourself being a personal brand. You don't see yourself being, you don't see yourself doing it the way that I'm doing it. Well, guess what? What if I told you, right, that there are 20 other ways that you can learn how to make money online? What if I told you there's an 84-year-old woman right now that's making $2,000 a week, right? Letter writing. What if I told you that there are women out there that this is not the main way they make money and they're doing it through UGC, or they're doing it through Amazon reviews, right? Or they're doing it through whatever, or they're doing it on Pinterest, or they're doing it over here. That gives me so much confidence because I know now, as a selfish goal of wanting to help 1,000 families be able to confidently earn online, I know that that's way more doable now. Because I'm not saying that you've got to learn how to do exactly what I'm doing. I don't have to say you've got to overcome the fear of being on camera. I don't have to say, well, you've got to build a personal brand that people only buy from people like they know, like, and trust. So if you don't show your face, it's going to be hard to make money. Like that no longer needs to be the message that I share with people. I no longer have to help people like overcome fears and overcome things that have been stopping them so that they can make money online. I can say, how do you want to make money online? And I can say, fantastic, right? We have training inside of this system, inside of this program, inside of this community that will show you step by step exactly how to do it. And not only that, but we have people that you'll be able to connect with inside of the community that are already earning exactly the way you want to earn. And guess what? You can learn from them. You can connect with them. You can learn from their tips and the things that are working for them. Y'all, to me, like that's absolutely everything. Literally everything. Because I know for a fact that people hear the messages. They know that there is a way. They see people out there. But oftentimes, what do we do in life, period, right? Like we are attracted to what we like. We are attracted to, things that resonate with us. And I know for a fact, right? I've attracted a lot of people to my business where I know deep down inside, they're like, but I could never do what you do. And oftentimes it comes out later, right? When I'm like working more one-to-one with people. And it just, to me, it's amazing to know that I no longer have to worry about trying to overcome those objections, right? With helping people to make money online. So that's the boss suite. Okay. I want you to write something down for a second. Okay. Entrepreneurship is about solving problems. When you step into entrepreneurship, no matter how you look at it, okay, you can decide letter writing, UGC, Amazon reviews. You do understand that in doing those things, even though you might be behind the scenes, not on camera, doing business in a certain way, that the only reason you would make money in this example, like with UGC, is because you're actually solving the problem for another company, right? Like you're creating content, even though it's not your face, right? You're doing something to help you're solving a problem. That is what I love about Boss Suite, is it not only solves the problem for people like myself, that like love the franchise approach to making money online. But I love the fact that it solves a very, very real problem for people that do want to come online and make money, that do want to come online and learn how to make money online, but they don't know how to get started. Can you go out there and learn all these individual skills on YouTube, on TikTok, right, through various channels and platforms? Yeah, you absolutely can. Will you have the continuity of knowing that you're having everything step by step and a community behind you, right? And support. So as you have questions, if you have questions, you're not in this all by yourself, right? And you don't have someone to connect with. So to me, like that's what this is all about. We're so much bigger than if you like what I do and you want to do what I do, you can make money. But now it's about, hey, take my free quiz. Right? Take my free quiz, answer 5 questions, and it's going to tell you the exact earning path that suits you. And then once you establish what that learning path is, here is how the Boss Suite, right, can help you in making money in that way. Now, here's what I really love. And then I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to ask you guys for any questions you guys have. I'm going to take a moment to look at my notes to make sure I didn't leave anything out of here. But I want to answer your questions. I'm going to let you know how you can get started for $100 off today. All right. It's something that we as business owners have the authorization to do. And so I did not do it this month. I just started, in the Boss Suite just 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Last day of the month, I figured fantastic way to close out the month, fantastic way to allow others to get started in this way. The code is down below in the description. But this is what I love so much about this. Okay. And I want you to have confidence on a couple of things. First off, this is not a course to resell a course. Okay. Out of the 6,200 members that are now in this program, only 10% are actually operating as a reseller like myself. That means the other share are benefiting from the actual trainings and finding their unique grooves and monetizing and making money based upon the money making strategies and styles and the income streams they're learning within the Boss Suite. That's so amazing. I've shared in a recent video that I did testimonies of people, right, that have struggled, that are making money from both the reseller standpoint as well as from the various income streams. But to me, this is where it gets so golden, right? Is that, like, let's say you're not interested in reselling, or you're like, and here's an objection a lot of people have, but Steph, I haven't made any money. I haven't had any success. So how do I get out there and recommend a make money online program when I myself haven't made any money online? Right? Like that's so valid. It's so valid. So imagine you come in, right? You take the quiz. Not only do I offer you the quiz for free, but once you come inside the boss suite, the module's zero, right? You take a quiz and it's going to tell you the exact earning style that makes sense for you. So let's say then you dive into that earning style and you start to have success, you start to feel successful, right? And just being a part of the community, like everything that goes down, now all of a sudden you get that feeling. I got goosebumps, y'all. Now all of a sudden you get this feeling of, oh my gosh, like people need to know that such a community and program really exists. Now you're sharing from such a high level of authenticity, such a high level of, you're compelled to share this. Why? Because it's helped you. It's helped you learn a skill. It's helped you to build your confidence that you can actually do this. So now it's not I got to get this set up so that I can start shooting videos and so that I can start selling this. And then you never sell it because you're selling from the wrong vein, right? Like you're selling in the wrong way. You don't feel confident. And believe it or not, that shows through, right? And so again, you never make sales, right? Now you feel defeated. Right now, you don't think any of this works, or you keep spinning your wheels thinking that, someday. And because that's the only thing that you're trying, it doesn't work for you. Right? Like, have you ever wondered how, again, like people like me, again, can share and sell in this way? It's because, as you can tell, like I am not BSing you. I only offer and share and recommend things when literally the feeling is, oh my gosh, more people need to know about this. And the way that I can prove this to you is that this is not the first program outside of my own community that I have purchased. I have purchased probably every master resale rights now affiliate marketing style program out there. Right? Always wanting to know like what's going on, what's in the market, what are people teaching, what are the communities like? And there's never been a community, right, outside of the faceless community that I share. And that's exclusively faceless, completely different to this. Never felt comfortable putting my name behind it, my brand behind it, or recommending it to people, right, that I personally know, like, and trust. People that I know for a fact invest money in my business, right, because they trust me. They trust my recommendations. So I only recommend things when literally that gut feeling is like, oh my gosh, more people need to know about this. And what's funny is I had that feeling before I even invested into Boss Suite. And then when I got inside, I was like, oh yeah, baby, like this is it. Like this is it. I truly believe if you get involved in Boss Suite and you don't find success for yourself, you're either not looking, you're not logging in, you're just not trying. Because now it's no longer left up to come inside, get set up really, really fast and start shooting some videos, right? Start faking it until you make it. And I'm not saying that's what everybody does, right? But that's the feeling a lot of people have. They get set up really quickly and they're like, oh my gosh, but how do I sell this now? And I haven't had success yet. I haven't made money yet. Like, I don't even know what it is that I'm doing. How can I tell this to other people? So now, like, reverse the roles and you come in and you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about the affiliate side of this yet. I'm going to take the little quiz, right? I'm going to find my exact earning style. I'm going to go to that module, right? And I'm going to start learning that earning style. And I'm going to give myself some wins. I'm going to prove to myself that I can be successful. I'm going to prove that I can follow instructions, right? And that I can be successful. I can get my first gig, or I can get my first dollars here. I can get my first, my first brand deal over here. Right? Or I can get a couple of reviews up on Amazon over here, right? Or we teach TikTok shop. We teach TikTok live. Like literally like all the things that I've never been able to teach or to recommend, I can now say, oh yes, girlfriend, if you want to learn, right, like how to do TikTok, dive in. You're going to learn from TikTok queens, right, that are making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. Like I can say that with conviction. I can say that, again, with I can say that ethically. Oh, you want to learn how to do TikTok live? Oh yeah, you're going to learn from women, right, that are already earning, right, $10,000, $20,000 a month doing TikTok live or TikTok shop, or you see what I'm like, that's what this is about. And so you start having success with that chosen income path. Now, how easy is it? Like, let's just say you go down to your bank and you're like, hey, I want to open a business bank account because I started making a little bit of money online. And your teller's like, oh, what is it that you do? Do you see how now you have an opportunity to even make more money? $500, $507 every single time someone says, well, I want to learn how to make money online too. And now you know in your heart, it's so much, you know that you're not just recommending something to someone so that they feel like they're in a trick bag just to resell it. But you're like, no, like if you want to learn exactly like what I learned about Amazon or, getting brand deals, like, did you know like companies will pay you to actually create content selling their product and you don't even have to show your face? Oh my gosh, like how do I learn that? You send them over your affiliate link. They decide to come into the same learning platform that you've learned from, legitimately learned from. They get to come inside. You earn $507 just like that instantly. They come inside, they take the quiz, they find their unique earning style, and off they go. Off they go. Right. And for anyone that's been around and you feel like, again, you got to offer mentorship, you got to offer all these things on the back end of someone buying something from you. I'm telling you, I have never felt so free as I have with Boss Week, because I know that if someone decides to be involved, all the support, the community, everything is there for them. I don't have to promise my firstborn child just to sell, a $597 product or program, because I know that they're going to be well taken care of. Now, of course, do I always give my own unique bonuses and stuff? Absolutely, because that's just your girl. But I no longer have that feeling of they're only going to be successful if I'm like holding their hand once they get inside. Like I've got to give them the world. That's the only way they're going to be successful. I have complete control. I have complete confidence in knowing if someone buys from me and I never talk to them again for whatever reason. Like they just don't communicate with me or whatever. I know for a fact they have everything that they need to hit the ground running with whatever path that they choose. So inside of the Boss Suite, right, not only do you get the 20 income streams, not only do you learn multiple platforms, I mean, you learn Facebook, y'all, like in a way that most people need to learn Facebook if you want to learn Facebook. Most people are floundering on Facebook, right? Posting, not making sales, not getting attention, none of those things. We have women, again, consistently doing $10,000 months, right, on Facebook. And I'll tell you what I also love about that when I talk about like income in that way, is that so many of them are making money, right? The ones that I'm specifically talking about when it comes to like you get to learn from them specifically in the course. But then they're also, again, spreading their wings and they're like, oh, and I just got this brand deal over here. So it's like they're making money, right, in this way because that's their natural love and they're good at it, right? But they're also racking up sales in other ways, right? Because they're making use of the other income streams that they get to learn inside as well. So not only do you get all the learning paths, matter of fact, I think a new module, let me see, I was popping over there to see what our count was today because I keep track of that every day to see how we're growing. And I think, yeah, just an hour ago, Madison posted Faceless with AI is live inside the Boss Suite. So it's been one of the most requested trainings that she says. So again, just today, right, a brand new module has been dumped. So not only do you get all of that, but we have multiple calls throughout the week to support everything. So we have very specific calls for the varying income streams. We have an opportunity call on Thursday, which I love. Y'all don't know how good it felt this Thursday to invite my audience and for me to be like in my sweats and just chilling while the call was taking place and knowing that I didn't have to do the call myself. Like that's the opportunity that you guys get as well. Right? Like again, it's taken care of for you. It's such a beautifully leveraged platform. But mindset calls, getting started calls, like anything that you can think of that you would need, right? To feel like, well, I haven't had success because I've lacked that, or if I would have had that, it would have really been helpful. It all can be found in there. right? It all can be found in there. And I love the fact that every single day this community is growing, right? Again, by the numbers, like 30, 40, 50 members a day are joining. That says something a lot about what we're offering and how people feel so confident sharing this with people and the trust that people are actually putting into this. If you guys are here live and you have any questions, drop them down below. I'm just going to check my notes really quick to see if I left anything out. And if anyone here, if you want me to share my screen, I'll share my screen and I'll take you into the actual community, the classroom, right, and show you what everything looks like. More than happy. And again, if you do want to get started today, it literally is a 24-hour promo. You'll see the code down below in the description to get started for $100 off. And Afterpay, Klarna, and PayPal credit are accepted as well if you want to split up your payments. Y'all, like literally this program absolutely is the truth. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm just popping over to my notes. Yeah, I love it. Like I flowed. I'm good. But what I do want to emphasize, hey, my girl Arnice, how are you? How are you? If you guys have any questions, just drop them down below. More than happy to answer it for you. So let me see. Thank y'all. I love vouching for me that she's the truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I tell people sometimes like it'd be so easy to lie about things, but for me it's not because I feel like it always catches up to you. And I just feel like authenticity wins because then you never have to worry about what you said, how you said it, or did I tell them I made this amount of money, but no, it doesn't add up. No, I never worry about that. I never worry about that because I'm just showing up to help really dope people that can identify with what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and that want to do it too. Right. And now I love knowing that I get to show up and let people know what if, right, you could explore many different ways of earning online all within one community, be fully supported, and have everything that you need. And so the one thing that I wanted to emphasize is, again, that what Boss Suite is not. And it's not a like copy my every move course. Again, how many of you guys out there, right? Whether it was me you watched or someone else that you watched, and you really admired them. They were really inspiring. You love what it was that they did. You love the success that they were talking about experiencing for themselves, right? But you're like, I don't know. Like, first off, do I want to do, like, would you want to be live on a Saturday? I love this stuff, right? For me, no problem. Because why? Because for me, I'm like, every day is an opportunity. I don't want to waste any day, right? I know there's a minimum of one person out there that I can help today that will be so thankful that I showed up. Not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to be as consistent as I am on YouTube, right? Putting on a good face, doing videos, like all the things, right? And so it's like, while you can admire that and you're like, gosh, like girl, you're so amazing. I hear those kind of things. I'm so glad now that that's not the thing that stops other people. I'm so glad now that my presence, that the way that I show up can now be an encouragement for someone, right? By saying, hey, girlfriend, like, I'm just here to be a tour guide. I'm just a conduit, right? Like, this is the way that I make money, by recommending you to the program, right? And it pays well. Like, yes, every time I recommend someone, $507, just like that. That's my chosen path. I took the quiz for myself and it confirmed this is my chosen path, right? Like, this is how I am designed to make money, based upon my personality, my energy, my vibe, the way that I like to do things. When you come in, this might not be the way that you make money for yourself. You get to take a quiz and establish what that way is. And then you get to learn that way and be fully supported in that way, right, in the program. And if at any time you decide that you want to recommend this program to somebody really good in your life, or you decide that you want to start talking about it on social, right, guess what? You have the exact same opportunity I do. And if someone decides to buy it from you, $507, just like that. But at no time do you ever feel like you're just selling it, right? Because that's the only way that you have to make money. That literally, if you want to make money completely behind the scenes with no one ever knowing your face, you can do it. If you want to make money doing business in this way, like maybe you do want to do affiliate marketing, right? Digital reselling, but you're like, but I don't want to show my face. We show you how to do it there. If you're like, Steph, but I don't want to do YouTube. I no longer can say, I can't teach you it. Now I can say, come inside because you're going to learn from people that are already doing it very, very successfully, right? Very successfully. So I don't see any questions here. All right. So I'm going to talk about getting started. All right. So it's $597 to get started one time. All right. Right now, I'm running a promo for 24 hours. So I kicked off this slide right around 12 o'clock. It's going to end tomorrow, right? 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. You know what it is that you want. You know where it is that you want to go, right? Do you want to waste another day? Right? Do you want to capitalize on opportunity? Do you want to dive in, right? And begin learning your chosen income stream, your chosen income skill. If you know you're wired like me, right? Do you want to get out there and start making sure that people that do want to make money online know that such a program, such an opportunity, such a community exists? I was introduced to this program, I believe it was August timeframe. At that time, they only had about 2,000 members in. And literally, like, I had too much pride. I had too much ego because I was doing my own thing with my own program and my own community. And I was like, no, like, I don't need to buy another thing. I don't need another thing. Like, I'm just going to rock steady. Right. And I just couldn't see the vision. And I'll tell you how I was sold on this is minding my own business on Facebook. And I saw a lady, her and her husband, really, really big names in digital marketing many years ago. Like, we're talking about really, really big names. They did events, all kinds of things, right? So they have their own coaching, their own mentorship. They sell their own products, all those kind of things, right? They were big in the high ticket affiliate marketing niche, all the things. And I looked up and she was selling this. And her whole reason for selling it was she was like, as we're getting older, she's probably either my age or maybe a little bit younger, but she was like, I realized that I don't have to do it all. I realized that to sell something, I don't have to teach it. I don't have to put on the events. I don't have to do the coaching. That I can recommend people to a community where everything is being taught, right, by someone who's walked the walk, someone that's had massive success in that particular area. Again, she can be a conduit, right? She can be a tour guide. And when I saw that, I realized, first off, that's been going on online for a long time. A lot of people are backing away from business models where literally they were doing everything, right? And they are tapping in more to these solid communities. But that's what made me take a look at this. And much like some of you guys did on Thursday, I hopped on the opportunity call and like literally I was blown away. And I'll tell you what really, really blew me away is I saw so many people winning, right, in different ways. And I've seen the past couple of years, I've just seen so many people struggle. And I think it's just because the whole resale rights game has really not hurt a lot of people, but hurt a lot of people's confidence because a lot of people are trying to do something that's just not within their wheelhouse. And I just realized I so want to see way more people succeed and make money and win. Whether or not they do it this way, I just want people to find their groove, find their thing, and be able to be successful. And again, right, I realize if I come into this, it's a win-win. I get to keep doing business my way. I don't have to learn new skills. I don't have to dive in to learn anything new. I just get to recommend something really, really dope to people that I know, right, really need an opportunity in their life right now to teach them the necessary skills that can help them in earning their way. Right? So that's one thing I do love about the internet is that first off, like you never know what you might run into, right? You never know what you might run into. You never know how things might change for you or shift for you. But what I can say is I sell this way more for other people than for myself because I have my own high ticket community. Right? But the main thing that I offer in there is digital marketing, right? Which essentially is teaching digital marketing skills so people learn how to be like master resellers in the digital marketing space. All of the extra income streams, all of the extra platforms taught at the level that it's taught at, I couldn't offer that. And the best way that I could think about this, and I put this in an email yesterday, is that Boss Suite offers something I am not capable of being able to offer all by myself. And I just feel like I would be doing people a disservice by not letting them know that such a thing actually exists. Like, that's it. That's it. To me, that's what sales is. I feel right responsible for not letting people know that such a thing actually exists. And that if you've been struggling or if you haven't gotten started because you thought there was only one way to do this, I'm here to tell you there's not just one way to do this. That you literally can find your own unique groove to $3,000 months, $5,000 months, $10,000 months, whatever it is. I was so convicted this past Thursday because I'm like, Steph, I've been playing small, and I won't get into it in this video, in this live stream on why, but I was convicted. I'm like, it's time for you to get back on your game. It's time for you to do what you know to do. It's time for you to impact lives at the degree that you want to impact them. And those women that you see that are having these $40,000 months, these $20,000 months, it's time again for you, right, to go out there and get your own bag, not just hitting those numbers, right, but consistent growth, staying in that lane. And again, too many of us, right, we're constantly like this. Either we're not earning at all, right, or it's like this. And I'm just realizing it doesn't have to be that way for myself, right, nor for others. Okay, so the investment, $597. I have a code in the description for $100 off, 24 hours only. That's it. Okay, that is it. It expires tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means you can get started for $497. Y'all know this is where it gets even better. All right, so when you get started with the Boss Suite, all right, we also have a program called Boss Suite Lite that teaches less income streams. All right, it still has its own community, right? But it teaches 7 income streams compared to 20 income streams. When you purchase Boss Suite, you also get Boss Suite Lite, which instantly gives you, right, 2 amazing programs that you now get to resell. When you sell Boss Suite at the full price, right, you're going to earn $507 every time you resell. Again, right now I'm talking to those that maybe would like to resell this. Boss Suite Lite is $277, right? When you resell that, right, I think it's like $237 you get to keep. So you get 2 programs, right, wrapped into one. So you have a higher ticket one and a lower ticket one. So you can serve your audiences the way that you want to serve them or the way that you need to serve them or meet people wherever they are. Included in the Boss Suite, right, you also have additional low ticket affiliate and resellable products that you can sell in your business as well. So when you're setting up your store, right, to actually sell the Boss Suite, if that's the direction you want to go in, right, there are other offers if you choose to that you can actually add to your store as well. All right, now talk about a couple of other things that make this even sweeter. Right, first off, okay, included for everybody. This is not a promo. This is the way it works in Boss Suite. Done for you setup. So if you choose to go the affiliate / reseller route, right, and or you just want to know that your store is set up to be able to offer this when that time comes, they do it for you. No charge to get your store set up to sell the Boss Suite. Okay, no charge at all. They do that for you. Okay, that's beautiful. All right. On top of that, a bonus I offer my customers is I have my own school community, and I am opening up a module in there where all of my Boss Suite promotional material will be housed. So the banners that I use on my store to sell the Boss Suite Lite, to sell the insider call, not to sell, but to allow people to register for the insider call on Thursday, my quiz bot, all of that is going to be housed in that little module so that anything you see me using on my store and my promotional materials, right, you'll be able to edit and make them your own. Again, just add it. You don't have to. You can use Boss Suite gives you everything. They give you promotional material. Y'all, let me just tell you something. They make it so easy to have everything that you need. Like literally this past Wednesday, they put out a whole new little training video to show us how to get our store set up so that we could register people right for the call so that we could build our email list versus just sending people directly over to the Zoom. They gave us the creatives. They gave us the wording to use. They gave us a step-by-step video training. And then every single month, She uploads a brand new like promotional folder, right? Again, with promotional materials. If you're running a $100 off sale, like here's what you can use, and again, content ideas. Again, it's just it. You only miss out if you just do not involve yourself. Seriously. So when I say everything that you need is here to help you in succeeding, between what's in there and the little bonus stuff that I give you as well, I'm telling you, baby, everything that you need is in here to help you in succeeding. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all. I'm going to just kind of poke through. Yes, Lakeisha, let's go. Let's go. Winning should be hard. And that's the thing. Like, that is what I believe so much. Winning should not be hard. Right? Like, and for me, for the most part, it's always been pretty easy. Where I've struggled in business, again, is by having more of the resources and tools to be able to help people in a variety of ways. So when I can actually see that someone is struggling, like trying to do what I do, I can say like, boo boo, like what? Let's try, maybe find you a different income path, right? I had someone this past last year, all of a sudden they disappeared, and I was pretty well connected with them. And I said, girl, did I do something? Like, you just disappeared. What's going on? And she's like, no, Steph, you didn't do anything. She's like, I just don't see myself doing videos. And she said, honestly, I never saw myself doing videos. And I said, and that's fine, right? I said, basically, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Like, have you tried TikTok? Like, have you tried another platform, right? Like, there's other ways. There's Facebook. There's other ways that you can actually do this. But now it's like I have a bigger answer for people where I can actually say, like, you don't have to be a promoter. You don't have to do it this way. You can figure out a path for you that's so quiet, so behind the scenes, right? Totally doing it your way at your own pace without ever building a personal brand, no pressure whatsoever, right? But that you can find your way. Right? But that you can find your way. And if you do have a big personality and you do want to entertain things like TikTok Live, TikTok Shop, right? And things of that nature, you absolutely can, right? You absolutely can. So the link is down below. Let me make sure, did I put the right link? Let me make sure. For some reason, I'm thinking that I put the quiz. Let me see. Can someone look down below in the description and let me know if I put the right one? Let me see. I'm going to pop over to my video real quickly. I did? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Arnice, that's it. No one will ever be able to take the skills that you're going to learn and develop. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I love knowing that, like, in my like UGC, and I think I saw someone earlier ask, what is UGC? It's user generated content. So what that is, back in the day, companies would pay actors and so forth, right, to run commercials and all that kind of stuff. Well, now they're relying on people like me, right? So like, let's say that there's a makeup line or a lip gloss, and they're looking for people to just do the content, like not get on video and say, hey, like, here's this amazing lip, and by the way, like Tower 28 really is good, but, but what if they were just looking for people to like maybe like hold the product, right? And like spotlight the product and maybe talk about it. There are some user generated content contracts that want you to be in it. And there are some where you can just hold the product or do an unboxing, right? Like without showing your face, and you create the content, right? And then you send it off to the company and they'll pay you for just creating the content, right? You created the content. Now they get to use that content in ads and so forth. That's what user generated content is. So that's something where I'm like, like if I could pick up some extra coins doing that, like that's a skill where, like Arnie said, like nobody would ever be able to take that away from me. And I love knowing that at any time I can dive in, right? And I can decide, like, do I want to learn TikTok live? I've been wanting to learn TikTok live because I love live streaming. And everyone's like, if you like live streaming and you want to make sales, like, go to TikTok live. And I've just been sitting on it. And recently, before I was even in the boss suite, my husband said, he's like, babe, are you on TikTok? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, I'm just, on my high horse about TikTok. But the fact is, we can't deny the success that is being had by people, right, that are on TikTok running up a bag. So again, it's like I never now have to worry about, like, well, where do I go to learn these things, or do I have to kind of like wing it? I have one place. Again, everything that I need is there. And if anyone ever is like, well, Steph, how did you learn that? Again, I have a resource, right, that I get to recommend with so much again, so much, not just conviction, but ethically. And to be able to say, yes, if you want to learn how I learned this, all you got to do is come here, right? It's all inside, absolutely all inside. So let me know. Yeah. Gary Vee talks about live selling, period. He's on all kind of platforms doing live selling. But let me know if you guys have any question. Arnie says, they would love you. I know you showed me you're doing your thing on TikTok live. And that's the thing, is like something in me says, oh, Steph, you would do so well on TikTok live. And I think it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I just got to go over there and do it. But I know nothing. So I'd be starting complete from scratch. But I think it'd be worth it. I think it'd be worth it. And so, yeah, you might see me on there. Because like I said, I just believe that right now I'm so grateful for opportunity. I don't want to squander anything. And there's so many people that I know need this information. And as a lot of you guys know, like, my belief is that it's not just about who someone hears information from, but more often than not, it's who they hear it from that they resonate with, that they connect with, right? And so, like, there's power in how we look, right? There's power in the color of our skin. There's power in our background. There's power in our struggles. There's power in the mistakes that we've made. There's power in so much, right? And so it's never just about, like, anyone having a cap or a monopoly on any opportunity or any program. It's about knowing that you're stepping out there so that your people, right, like, when they're ready for it, they're being met by the person that makes sense for them, that resonates with them. And that is why I always say, y'all, we are all needed so much more than we give ourselves credit for, because there are some people that are just not going to move. They're not going to budge. They're not going to see it until they actually hear it from someone, right, that they can relate to. That's not said enough in this space, but that is the truth. Right? That is the truth. So I don't see any questions, you guys. Let me know if you do have any questions. Let me just see. The Zoom call was fire. Yes, it was. Yes, I love this. I don't have to do it all. That's wisdom. And that's the thing, y'all. That was something so hard for me to release, because I'm used to being the leader. I'm used to being like the voice. I'm used to being the one doing the calls. I'm used to, again, all the support. I'm used to all of that, right? I've not only taken on that role, right, but like, even like with my last reseller program, I put myself in that role, right, to make sure that our community was taken care of. And it just felt so good, where it's like, oh my gosh, like, I have people that are opting in to learn about this. They're going to be there on Thursday, right? And I'm sitting here, again, totally casual, not having to worry about anything, right? And the thing is, like, I'm going to make sales. People are going to be inspired, and they're going to buy. Like, I just love that. Again, I just love that this opportunity exists. I'm so glad that Madison was so obedient. And that, she was able to find people that could help her build this, because, again, it's so needed in the marketplace, so needed. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for all that you do. I really feel like I just show up. And that's, for me, that's the hard part, right? Is just consistently showing up and remembering that it's not about me, but I'm showing up for people. I'm showing up for, my people. I'm showing up to help people. That's the biggest thing. If y'all can take little things little things out of that. Like if your chosen path ends up being the same way I earn, just remember that it's so much bigger than you, and you'll make so much more money when you realize that people really, really, really do need us. They do. All right, guys, I don't see any other questions. Let me see. All right, you guys. So again, $597 to get started. Right now, $100 promo that's running. Link is down below in the description. Promo code is in the description. Payment plans are in place with PayPal, Klarna, and Afterpay. You'll get both programs. Again, that's just the standard. You get Boss Suite as well as Boss Suite Lite. You'll get all your promotional material if you do decide that you want to offer this to other people. What I'm going to encourage you to do is that when you get started, again, everyone always says like, Steph, tell me the first thing to do, right? Module 0. Once you have access and you log in, all right? So once you purchase, you're going to see the link that will send you directly over to the community. All right, I've got to just send your receipt over to Madison myself. Once everything lines up, you get access to the community. You'll be notified via email that you have access. Log in. Don't start clicking away. All right, don't start reading a bunch of community stuff. I mean, you can if you want to, but first order of business, if you're an action taker and you want to get dialed in and you want to pick your income stream and you want to start learning, you want to be a doer, is go to module 0, right? Bob is your uncle. That is where you start. That is all that you need. You go to module 0, right? And you follow the lessons and you trust the process, right? It will be impossible for you to be misguided. That is it. All right. That is it. You start there and everything else will open up to you as it needs to be opened up to you. All right. And then either Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to have that new module opened up in my own community with the promotional materials for Boss Suite as well that you guys will be able to use. So when you go over to my Beacon store, yourgirlstephperez.com, you're going to see that there is an income stream quiz that you can take. I am giving you a customizable version of that. And there's going to be a complete video to show you how to customize it to make it your own. All right. And then how to actually add that to your store so that you can begin building your own email list as well. Again, if that's the path that you decide to take. All right. So again, like those are things that I'm adding that are again personalized to my business, things that are unique to my business that I'm making available to you guys as well. All right. All right, you guys. So if anyone has any questions beyond this, just hit reply on the email that you received from me today. Let me know what questions you have. More than happy to answer your questions and help you in getting started. And again, the $100 promo, again, started today at 12 when the live stream kicked off, and it expires tomorrow, Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, y'all, literally, like I don't say this in a pressure way, but I want you to really think about this. Do not let, if everything I said here resonates with you, do not let $497 be the reason that you delay doing something really, really good for yourself. Okay. We are a month into the year and I can't believe how fast it went. Do not delay another day. Like I believe that's how dire it is. When I say things like study long, study wrong, the fact is the more that you separate yourself from taking action, the harder it is to start taking action. It's like when you climb up on that high dive, the longer you sit there on the edge of the high dive looking down, the likelihood is every minute that passes that you're not going to jump, that you're going to talk yourself out of it because you're sitting there speculating, right, on all the things. What can go wrong? What if I die? What if I belly flop? What if they laugh at me? What if my swim trunks come off? What if my swim top comes off? Right? Contemplating. And then you're like, nah, I'm good. And you back down. You guys, I'm telling you, business is no different. Business is no different. I'm going to give you this tip and then we're going to close out. Do you know how you start to change your life? By giving yourself just micro things to do and trust in the process. I'm going to use this as an example. Okay. My skincare routine. I was not always good at skincare. Like I don't wear makeup, right? So it would just be me just not having good skincare. And then I started deciding to have a skincare routine. And there have been days where, a long day, working, doing what I'm doing. And it's time to go to bed. And I'm like, I'm not going to do my skincare. You guys, I want you to really hear me on this, because this is called trusting the process. And so, I'll put my hair up in my bun, right? Take my contacts out, and then I'll say, well, let me just use my micellar water, right? Like, let me just use the micellar water and just kind of get my face clean. Well, I already did that. Let me just put the serum on. And then before I know it, I've done my whole face routine for the night. All because I said, well, let me just do this. I just took one step. And because I took the first step, I'm like, well, I might as well just go ahead and do the whole routine. I cannot tell you how many nights that my skincare routine only got done after I made my mind up that I wasn't going to do it, because I decided to just do the one thing. I didn't go into the bathroom and say, all right, time for skincare routine. I just said, you know what? I don't feel like doing it. Let me take my contacts out. And I'm like, okay, well, let me just do this. And because I just did the one thing, guess what? The entire skin routine got done. Same thing my husband right now we're doing when it comes to losing weight. I don't want to eat healthy every single meal. I don't want to track my proteins. I don't want to do all these things. I don't want to get my steps in. There's a lot of things on a daily basis where sometimes I don't want to do. But do you know what I do? I trust the process step by step. Right? Yeah, let's have pancakes. No, let's have eggs and bacon and sourdough. Like, let's do the right thing. So I have a good breakfast. And then guess what? Now all of a sudden I don't feel snacky. It's time for dinner. Don't order the pizza, right? Make the 7% ground beef, right? Make the squash, before I know it, I've had an entire healthy day, because I'm not trying to overthink being healthy. I'm just taking it meal by meal. Or I'm just getting on the treadmill. Like, I don't feel like walking today. Well, girl, just walk for 20 minutes. I look up and I've been on there for 60 minutes. Like, that's how it happens, y'all. And business is no different. So that's why I say you start with module 0, because if you can just trust, first off, to invest in yourself, and then you log in, right? I'm telling you, you're going to look up and you're going to be like, oh, wow, like, I learned a whole new skill. I'm ready to do my first gig, right? Or I have the confidence to do this. You look up and you have a whole business ready to go, or a whole skill that you've developed. Most people just don't, again, they don't give themselves the small wins. And so they never get to experience the actual bigger win. Right? Like, I realize those things, but I'm like, well, I do my skincare more often than not, because I just give myself the one win. And then I'm like, well, I might as well. Same thing with, again, weight loss. It's now more habitual to be healthy than it is to not be healthy, because I just don't allow myself to think about the whole day or the whole month or the whole week, just the meal in front of me. That's it. Or the steps in front of me, or the workout in front of me. I don't make my mind up to delay things. There is no getting started on Monday. There is no taking breaks. There is no, I'll do it later. I'll get to it later. There is none of that. Opportunity presents itself. I take advantage of the opportunity in front of me and see where it goes. Who can do that? Like, write that down. If opportunity presents itself, let me take advantage of the opportunity, and heck, let's just see where it goes. What if you did that every day? What if you did that multiple times a day? Opportunity presents itself. So I'm going to take advantage of it because it's right in front of me, and just see where it goes. That's it, y'all. So I hope I see you inside of Boss Suite. I hope that you are leaving better. I hope this was insightful. I hope you see, again, why this is a business that so many people need to know about. And I want to encourage you, take advantage of the $100 off promo. Again, it expires tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. All right, come inside, get set up, meet me in my own school community where I'll give you some of the extras that you can use as well. Y'all, and let's go. Let's go. Tomorrow's February 1. What does that look like for you? What does February 1 look like for you? You guys have a fantastic Saturday. Again, I hope I see you in the Boss Suite. Any questions, feel free to email me. Bye-bye, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me.